Hey.
Hey-o.
Hey. This is the Dee Runk Comics with George and Zach.
Or Zach and George.
You know which one you like better.
Hey.
Zach, what are we talking about today?
Today we will be talking about The Flash. No, not The Flash. Today we're going to be talking about the new Spider-Man movie that just came out. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, featuring Miles Morales and cast.
Excellent.
And cast.
All right, what did you think of the movie?
No spoilers.
No spoilers yet. We will get there, and you will be well warned when spoilers come. So
yes.
Feel free to watch this if you haven't seen it yet. Zach, what did you think of the movie?
I used to say that Spider-Man Homecoming was the best Spider-Man movie because I felt it played both aspects of the character perfectly. That is now the second best Spider-Man movie. This is hands down the best one. Everything about it is fantastic. I mean, the animation, the story, the humor,
amazing,
the heart,
spectacular.
Yeah, I picked up on it.
Yeah.
But no, seriously. I mean, everything about it was great. I want to see it again, and I look forward to a sequel. I hope they make a sequel.
Oh yeah, no, that's coming. Hey, it was fantastic. It really was. It was like you said. It had a lot of heart. It had moments that made you, have to hold it in, because you're.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be one of the spoilers.
But and it's a movie you could bring a kid to.
Yeah.
It's a tiny bit dark for I'd say maybe a 5-year-old.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, you can bring your 10-year-old to it.
Put it this way: if you're good with letting your 5-year-old see The Lion King, you'd be okay having the kid watch this.
Well done.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think good.
When I think.
Yeah.
I think good.
I'm so proud of you.
Me too.
Yeah. No. So I say, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, I don't know what we could talk about that isn't spoiler-ish. Yeah. So, other than saying...
I mean, basically what I would say is that even if you don't like superhero comics or cartoons or movies, this one there's... I mean, it's a great story about family. It's a great story about friendship. Yes, there's superpowers involved, but the main focus is about it's to me it was kind of like a coming of age story, but had like a superpower tinge to it.
Oh, of course.
So I mean, I honestly, even if you don't like superhero movies, I think that you would like this movie.
Absolutely. No, and the other thing I'll say is the animation. I wasn't sold on it from the trailers.
Yeah.
But the animation was not bad. It was deliberate, and it was a deliberate style, and it wound up working really well.
Yeah.
And I the only thing in the animation I would have changed is I hated how the Kingpin looked.
That was one of the two things that I didn't care for.
Yeah, and he's in the trailer.
These are like I told you before, like the quibble that I have on this is just basically a character design for Kingpin, and I didn't really care for Scorpion's design Scorpion and Green Goblin.
Okay.
I don't remember if Green Goblin is really in the trailer, so I don't know if I want to say anything about that, but
you already have.
Well, it's just the character design. I haven't.
No, but you
like getting into the character design,
yeah.
Okay. But but those complaints are so very minor. Yeah. I would not even mention it if it wasn't for the rest of the movie just being outstanding.
Yep. All right.
So we're going into spoiler now.
Yep. You've been warned. Hey, okay. If you don't care about spoilers, keep watching. If you've already seen it, keep watching. If you have not seen the movie yet and you don't want to get any spoilers, time to like the video and come back after you've seen the movie. But you should go see it right now.
Yes.
Put down your drink, and if you've only had that half a drink, go ahead and get in your car and go to the movie.
If you feel good.
If you've had several, then you call you an Uber and go see the movie.
Yes. And don't disturb anybody else that's trying to watch the movie, because we know that can happen.
Yes.
All right, so spoiler time. Wow. First and foremost, I just want to get the big appearance out of the way. Stan Lee making that appearance. I'll be honest with you, like when he first showed up and his very first words were "I'm gonna miss him," I was choking up right there. That was like so you couldn't ask for a better cameo, more timely.
So I'm gonna rewind a tiny bit.
Okay.
So Miles Morales gets he's a little off and on with his dad. It's not as good as you'd want. He's getting sent off to the school where he stays over there, and he gets bit by a spider because of his uncle Aaron. They were doing some tagging down in the subways. He gets bit by a radioactive spider, much like Peter Parker does, and he gets spider powers, and he winds up going back to that place, and he stumbles into Spider-Man fighting this monstrous Green Goblin, which I believe is reminiscent of the Ultimate Universe.
It's reminiscent, but they take it to like an nth degree. Yeah. Like they make him the size of like a freaking building and give him a tail, and that was why I didn't. I thought it was. I thought it was the Lizard at first. Yeah. I didn't think it was the Green Goblin. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah. So basically, Peter Parker meets Miles Morales, and their spidey sense goes off, and they immediately know that Peter Parker knows that Miles has spider powers. He's like, "Whoa, you're like me," and he's immediately just sucked in by this kid, and he wants to. He's talking about, "Hey, right after I get done saving the world, I'm gonna show you the ropes," because Kingpin's got this particle accelerator thingy. He's trying to get into alternate dimensions. We'll get into that in just a second.
Interdimensional travel.
Yeah. And he's like, "So I'll go save this. I'll save the world, and I'll be right back, kid." And he doesn't save the world. He gets killed.
Yeah.
He gives Miles a little thumb flash drive that is meant to shut down the thing, and while that thing was going off, though, is what disrupted the Spideyverse and brought a bunch of Spider-Man characters into the movie. But yeah, so Peter Parker dies, just not exactly like in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book, but he does die, and it's harsh. Like you're like, you're kind of at a kids movie, and it could be Lion King like, so that people can die in kids movies, but all of a sudden you hear Kingpin, talk about, we got to get rid of the body, and like, damn, Spider-Man just became the body.
Yeah,
and that's harsh.
Oh yeah.
And so the city's mourning. You see everyone getting the pop up on their phone that Spider-Man's dead, and everyone's just bummed about it. And they're gonna have this like ceremony with Mary Jane, talking at like a podium in front of like City Hall or something, and Miles wants to go to it, and he goes to buy a Spider-Man costume, and it's Stan Lee selling the costume, and and you hear Stan Lee in his just classic Stan voice, "I'm really gonna miss him." Yeah. And then Miles like, "Can I return this if it doesn't fit?" And what does Stan Lee say?
He says, "Don't worry, it always fits eventually." And then the camera kind of pans from just on Stan Lee to a little sign right next to him that says "No refunds or exchanges." Yeah.
So like, I think
that kind of encompasses the humor, the humor and heart of the movie. It's like there's that heartfelt cameo that has even more power to it because of Stan Lee's passing. But then it kind of just on a dime it changes over to the humor.
I needed that humor.
Yeah. Oh,
because I was sitting there like, and then all of a sudden like,
yeah.
Woo! I almost cried in the theater.
But did you notice that like once Miles got bit by the spider, that's when all the little thought bubbles started showing up?
Awesome Easter egg there. It literally, once he had the powers, is when the movie started to look like a comic book, and he'd see his thought bubbles, and that was confusing him, and it was absolutely wonderful. Which one was your favorite spider character from the movie?
Out of the movie as a whole, I would say Miles.
Okay.
That said, there was that post credit scene, and anybody who's watched the past videos knows that my favorite character is Spider-Man 2099. We're in spoiler territory
I was
here.
gonna save that for the end. All right. Let's skip to the spoiler.
It's him. Yeah. It's him.
All right.
So it's like it's like I was disappointed. I was like, Spider-Man 2099 isn't in here, even though they had that Alchemex chip on there, and I knew that's the company that Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, worked for. I was like, well, maybe in the sequel he'll show up, and then in the end they're like he's getting another one, but he's. But then the little screen or a little thing pops up saying Nueva York, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, I know about that. And then they show Lila talking, and it didn't really look like Lila from the comics. The one from the comics looked like she was modeled after Marilyn Monroe. But Lila starts talking, and then we're seeing like Spider-Man 2099, like with the costume on the hand and doing whatever little chronometer thing that he had. To me it was like my geek out moment. Yeah. With Spider-Man 2099, because like I said, favorite character.
Yeah. So that that end credit scene is at the very end of the credits. So it's not a mid credit scene. It's an all the way. So you got time. You got time to go pee and then come back real quick if you need to. Yeah. You're not going to miss anything other than the credits. So
right. However, the credits themselves, until it's just the black screen with the scrolling words, the credits themselves are really fun too.
Because absolutely.
There's a lot of the scenes, and most people at this point would probably know them from the memes that have popped up with Spider-Man at a desk or Spider-Man laying down, kind of like a Burt Reynolds sexy pose. But those are from Spider-Man's the cartoon series in '67, which is also why the Earth that Miguel went to in the end was Earth 67. Yeah. So
at one point during those credits, it showed 11 Spider-Man cooking Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham. And I'm like, that is fucked up. They're cooking Spider-Ham.
That was Return of the Jedi, right?
And
there.
then it flashed back. It flashed around, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of Spider-Hams cooking Spider-Man. And I was like, oh, now it's funny again.
Right. Yeah.
But
that's Return of the Jedi right there. Ewoks and
But the whole damn thing was just fun, and it was really good. And we got company.
Yes.
Oh well. Hey,
it's all right. Moving on.
Moving right along. What else did you enjoy?
Well, one thing I did notice about the costume, I actually liked the fact with in the movie it had where you see these red webs right here. Bring it forward.
I hope that was blurry as fuck.
Yeah. All right. The actual Spider-Man costume from the comics, Ultimate Spider-Man, it's black with red webs. I like the fact that they stuck with the graffiti thing, the graffiti theme during the movie, and basically he spray painted over an old Spider-Man costume. Yeah. And I really like the fact that it was glossy black webs on flat back black costume. To me, that just gave it an extra bit of style.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too.
All right.
All right, I'm trying to think what else.
Honestly, I could talk for a long time about this movie because it was really just that damn good.
The music, I enjoyed the music in the movie.
Yes, I'm going to be looking for the soundtrack.
Except, you know what? I don't like Post Malone.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
I don't know who that is.
Fuck you, Post Malone. What?
What did he sing?
I don't know. He sang that song where that's how the song went.
I think they were more sober when they sang it. or got hit a whole lot less at childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Post Malone.
I liked the songs that were on it. I thought they were like they themed well, which doesn't always happen with what you're seeing on screen.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Yeah, no, I like Doc Ock. Dr. Octopus was it was a gender swap. So it was a female Dr. Octopus, which was interesting, and her arms didn't look metallic. They looked like a vacuum cleaner tube.
Yeah.
It was like plasticky, but I don't know. It was so cool. I liked it.
Yeah. But again, like I really liked what they did with Prowler. I think that this is getting long, so I'm trying to condense it a little bit now. But I like the costume changes they made with Prowler. I like the gauntlets and everything else. But Scorpion, basically, like he I don't even know what they did with him.
Yeah,
like it was like if you've seen Star Wars, what is it, Rebels, Clone Wars? It was one of those animated ones where Darth Maul came back and he was like Darth Maul had used the Force to give himself like robotic legs. That was basically what they did with Scorpion.
Yeah, he's like
I didn't care for that.
Yeah, well, hey,
you can't please them all.
Don't let that detract you from the movie.
Absolutely not. Like I said, even knowing these things, I would go and see the movie again.
Yeah, I'm going to see it again in the theater, for sure. I would, it is PG, so you get more kid-friendly trailers leading up to the movie. So you're not going to get to see, like, the coolest trailers out there for the movie. So
I was kind of hoping they would have, like, the new Avengers one or the new Spider-Man one.
It's on YouTube, just like us.
Fair enough.
Speaking of the Avengers trailer, there is one where they cut in Deadpool's face over every character in the Avengers Endgame trailer.
I have got to see that. I haven't actually.
And it's actually well done. So, but yeah, hey, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a major go. You go to that movie. Don't even have any drinks. You go to the movie sober because it's worth seeing everything.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen is amazing.
Yes.
I like Spider-Man more. Penny Parker. The George version of Spider-Man was pretty cool.
Right.
I liked him. And kind of like a disinterested, jaded Spider-Man that was able to see Miles Morales and get pulled back into it and into being a hero, and you really got to see him shine, and I thought that was amazing. So check this movie out. You go to it right now. After liking the video and subscribing, you go to this movie. I was
wondering if you were going to say that.
Yes.
After liking and subscribing,
go and then following me on Instagram at Dee Runk Comics. You go to that.
That too.
All right. Hey, you got anything else to add?
I do not. We'll be doing another video shortly.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
I might
but
not
that's for next time.
Yeah,
that's for next time. We're staying with this time.
Last call, y'all.